Day after day, hot lunch kids begged their parents to send them to school with cold lunches. There was no other way to avoid Tracy the lunch troll. If you had a cold lunch, you could sit straight at your table without going near her. If you had a hot lunch, there was no other choice but to pay the troll. You couldn't pass Tracy until you handed over at least one of the items off your tray. One day, a girl named Ashley decided that she was going to stand up to Tracy. Ashley had lost pieces of pizza, apples, corn dogs, and even brownies. Brownies! Her class had been learning about the bravery of Rosa Parks. She was feeling inspired that morning. Ashley went through the line as usual. She filled up her tray with extra goodies, knowing that she'd get to gobble them all down. One by one, kids paid Tracy's toll to get through. Ashley was up next. Tracy glared at her, then took a big whiff of her tray. Pay up or pay the price, doll face, grumbled Tracy. No, you can't have any, said Ashley, shaking her head. Tracy brought her greenish-brown face right in close to Ashley's. Her breath smelled so bad a skunk would have complained. The disgusting troll drool almost dripped on Ashley's fries. It was time for Ashley's big move. She turned around, walked back through the kitchen's doors, and then out the entrance. She headed for her table with a huge smile on her face. That day, she got to enjoy every last crumb of her lunch. She wasn't sure if it would work the next day, but she was going to try. So let's think about why an author writes their pieces, or why they write their stories. We have to persuade. Is this story trying to persuade us of anything? It could be in a sense where she was motivated by Rosa Parks to stand up and to be brave, so it could be persuading us to be brave. The cool thing about author's purpose is that they can have multiple reasons why they write their stories. So we could say maybe to persuade a portion of the story, but not the entire story. Then we have to inform. This isn't giving us any facts or information. It is fantasy. It's completely made up. So we know that it can't really be to inform us. Let's see. We have to entertain. Something that is just for pure enjoyment. Something that could be funny. This story seems like it's something that was written just to be enjoyed. It was for the for the readers to laugh. The next author's purpose that we could try and eliminate would be to explain. This isn't giving us any steps. We're not being walked through any processes in order to get to an end result. So this isn't exactly explaining anything to us. And lastly, to describe. We don't have much of our five senses being used here. They're not really describing anything to us in this short story. So I would say the author's purpose here would mainly be to entertain, just for pure enjoyment.